Because most of the time, from what you have said, it's like most of the actors that are supposed to implement this Safe School Initiative program lack the adequate knowledge of what it entails. So how do we begin to, because you need to involve the community, just like you said, you need to involve the parents, you need to involve the schools, and also the pupils themselves. So there is need for a complete awareness, to be done for proper implementation. So how do we go about this? Because it's actually the big problem here. So, because until that is done, and even the society is aware of it, then we begin to have a solution to what we are talking about.
Forgive me, I'm laughing, but it's ironic that everything you said is actually contained in the Safe School Initiative. Allow me to read from a component of the Safe School Initiative, which talks about training and sensitization. It envisages that teachers, students, and community members would be trained on personal safety, bullying, conflict resolution, and emergency drills, as well as psychosocial support for traumatized students. So, again, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Let's not forget that this was introduced in 2014. It was revised, I think, in about 2020, 2021, after we signed up on the national policy and then, of course, they set up the implementation function and gave it to Ministry. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We have everything it takes. If you pick one after the other, all the components, especially the implementation components within that program, everything we've discussed here so far is contained in that document. The challenge is one of the implementation, which is unfortunately the nemesis of Nigeria. We would have beautiful policies, but implementation is a challenge. So the key is actually in M&E, monitoring and evaluation. If we can pick that implementation guideline and develop M&E tools from it that cuts across the federal, state, and local government levels, and then go about making sure that we hold accountable all the players within the various strata, the federal, the state, and the local government. And I'm hoping that the president will look at this matter with the urgency that it deserves. We can't continue in this manner. Our future is being jettisoned. Students who are supposed to be in school, I mean, as a parent, all of us here, of course, as parents, you're not likely to leave your kid if they're attending a public school, because you love your kids. So the likelihood, as at Saturday, I counted 10 states that have shut down schools. 10 states as at Saturday. The ones that publicly announced it. I'm almost certain there are some that would quietly...
That's besides the federal...
Well, the federal government has come out to say that it did not give out that directive. That is, there's a lot of fake news going out at the moment.
There's a lot of fake news.
So the federal government has said that it did not issue that directive. We're not sure whether it was issued and rescinded or it in reality didn't issue. So let's go with the ones we are sure of. 10 states as at Saturday. So we need to take this matter more seriously.
In that Safe School Initiative, is there any support system for students who are adopted and their families?
So like I mentioned, this psychosocial support for traumatized students is meant to address that. And I believe some states, I'm aware that Kaduna State and a few other states have set up such systems for psychosocial support for victims. Even this most recent one, that's for a church, the one that happened in Kwara, when the governor released a statement, he did indicate in that statement that the victims have been offered the psychosocial support. Whether the reality is that they were offered or not, we don't know, but at least in that statement he admitted to the fact that they've been offered.